Hi, this is Mrs. Ashworth, and I'm giving you a tutorial on GeniusScan and Cami. Both are apps that are valuable in research work. GeniusScan is a personal PDF scanner app for your smartphone. Cami is an annotation tool that will allow you to highlight, comment, add text boxes, etc. online. They're not the exclusive only apps out there, but they are definitely ones that I can recommend. We're starting with GeniusScan because I'm using it to illustrate not only how to scan a document, like a literary criticism article, I'm also showing you some good scanning practices. Go to your App Store or Google Play and locate the free GeniusScan app. Download to your smartphone. There's also a GeniusScan Plus app available. I purchased it years ago for myself because I find it very valuable, very worthwhile. The biggest drawback for the free app is that you only are able to email the PDF to yourself, whereas the Plus app allows you to save to Google Drive. And also, by the way, if you hadn't noticed, I'm doing this on my iPhone rather than on Android, but the instructions will be close to identical for those devices. When you open the app to scan, you'll click on the orange plus icon in the bottom left corner of your screen. You'll need to allow GeniusScan to use your camera. The number next to each scan shows how many pages were scanned. At the top right, you have your settings cog as well as a checklist icon. This checklist icon allows you to change the order of the documents on your scan if you wish. It'll also allow you to select individual pages from a scan to upload as opposed to uploading an entire document, and it also allows you to delete pages that you don't need. You can scan a single page or do a batch at once. The switch is up at the top right-hand corner. Note that my page here is not flat. This is going to affect my ability to highlight and underline with an online annotation tool like Cami. If you have a PDF image that needs to be edited, click the magic wand icon in the bottom right-hand corner of the document. In the Edit screen, click the Recrop icon to adjust the document area or to adjust the orientation by clicking left or right. An orange square will appear over the surface of the scan, and you can adjust the corners by touch dragging them in or out. Then when you're done, click Done. If you've done a pretty clean scan to begin with, you can try using the Detect option, which should auto-crop. If you hold your smartphone still enough, GeniusScan will auto-detect item parameters with an orange outline and automatically take the scan for you. But it has to be pretty still. Once you've completed your scans, you'll click Done. Then you can upload the scan or scans by clicking the Upload icon in the bottom right corner of the open scans. As mentioned before, you can head to the checklist icon at the top right if you want to reorder your document pages or select specific pages from a scan to upload or delete certain pages. You may find, depending on your service, that you'll be limited by the size of the document that you upload to email. You may have to email in smaller batches if your document size is really large. To export your document, select Export to Email, the only option available through GeniusScan free app. All other options are available with GeniusScan Plus. I'm not trying to rub that in, I'm just letting you know. Note here that you can change your document format. The options are PDF or JPEG. However, in order to use Cami, you'll need to keep it in PDF format. When you click the email option, you'll be asked if you want to receive notification when the export is complete. I recommend doing this. You'll also be asked to allow GeniusScan to send you notifications. If you choose to do so, you'll get to this screen where you'll be able to direct your email and send it off. I'm changing gears now to talk about the Cami app, which is, again, an annotation tool that you can use online. And here I have a document in my Google Drive, and I'm going to open with Cami. And the way I do that is by clicking the down tick and select Annotate with Cami. Now for you who, if you've never used it before, you'll be asked to create an account, I believe at this point in time when you click on this. Just use your Google account and you'll be able to get in no problem. When my document opens, you have a menu bar on the left-hand side of your annotation options. The locks mean that you won't be able to use those unless you upgrade. We don't need to worry about that. So notice here I have a highlight done on this page that isn't flat. And because the page isn't flat, I have some missing words in the middle of my highlight. So it's in your best interest to scan as flat as you can make it. Sometimes it helps to have another person holding the book while you take the picture if you're going to use Genius Scan. If you're using the scanner in the library, it'll make it pretty flat, so that might be a better option for those larger books. One of the options for adding text is to use the text box. This will only add to the actual page, and I have an example of that here. I have included the citation from the Gale Virtual Reference Library to this document at the top of my document. And that's something that I got into the habit of doing when I was in library school because it linked the document to the location where I found the original document. And it gave me the option of copying and pasting this citation into a Google Doc if, for whatever reason, I didn't do that in the first place. For creating comments, you're going to want to use this little comment button. And you'll want to do that whenever you make an annotation. So if you're underlining or if you're highlighting, then you'll want to add a comment to let your teacher know why you underlined or highlighted. So if you click on the area next to the underline, you can add a comment over on the side. I'm just going to make up something silly. For example, maybe this has to do with a theme. And he's talking about rocks. So we'll say that this is the theme for this one, even though I know that it's not. Anyway, so there's an example for you. And something that you need to be aware of is that your teacher will not be able to see your comments until you save this document in a format that will flatten the comments so that they appear on the side. Let me describe that to you. So say, for example, you've completed your annotations. You're done with everything. You've added all your comments where you want them to be. They're going to show up on the right-hand side, just like they do here. What you need to do is you need to save your document, and you can do that at any time by clicking the Save icon up here. And notice I have the option to click Save Now. I have one unsaved change, which is that comment that I added. And I also have a folder that it's saving in. Yours will appear in Kami. It might say Kami Uploads. You can always move your document where you want it to be. So I'm going to click Save Now to save my change. Notice auto save is not an option unless you have a paid account. And now the check mark shows that all changes have been saved. This is great, and it's in my literary criticism folder in my Google Drive. So I'm set. However, my teacher, if I share this with my teacher, she or he will need to have Kami open, and even then, the teacher might not be able to see your comments. So how does your teacher see your comments? This is how you do it. You can do it two ways. The fastest, simplest way is to download, click the download button, and download it to your Google Drive with annotations. And this is the important part. You have to flatten the annotations. Okay, that's the one thing that you have got to check. And once you do that, you can click Begin Export. Oh, make sure that you select the correct folder you want it to go to. When you begin the export, it's going to export it. Once it's done processing, I can open in Google Drive. And I believe that this is the latest edition. When I open it up in Google Drive, Hopefully that annotation will be flattened on the side. Yep, there it is. Okay, so I can see my annotation flattened the way that my teacher would want to see it, and now I can go up to the top and I can share this document with my teacher. Okay, so that's the way you would do that, and then obviously if you wanted to print it out, that's the other option for you. You can go into Kami and select the print button, and when you click print, you can do it with annotations. When I click print with annotations, you can obviously either print your document out with your beautiful annotations, or you can save it as a PDF, and that's what I have going on right here. When I save it as a PDF, it will save it with those flattened annotations. I can save it to my desktop, I could save it to a folder on my computer, and then I can upload that into Google Drive and then share that with my teacher. I believe that is all that I had to show you here. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. However, if you have questions, I'm available, so just come find me in the library.